Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I'm Carolyn from Eternal Soul Awakening. Today we're going to be doing a channeled message from, I don't know who yet today. You probably already know or may not know, depending on the spirit guide. Sometimes they like to reveal themselves, sometimes they don't. So I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. We're going to see who wants to come through. I'm recording, just as a disclaimer, I'm recording this on Easter, 4/20. So I don't know who's going to come through today. Might be in reference to that, may not be in reference to that. I had a thought for a second that maybe it would be Jesus, but I feel like that's a little too on the nose. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see. I see yellow. Joy, power, light, manifestation. Feminine. Today we're feminine. There's this incredibly beautiful energy coming through. I see a lot of flowers, wildflowers, sunflowers, all kinds of, lots of colors too. Not just yellow, but pinks, purples, blues, orange, red. And then there's green, and I see lots of growth. Maybe almost out of control, it feels. Or at least that's how it seems to me. Oh, we're creating a wall. Okay. Are you hiding your identity? For now. Okay. I asked her, I said, are you here to talk about the masculine? And she said, maybe. Okay. I don't know who she is. She feels like royalty, though. I see a beautiful gown and a crown from what I can see of her. Her hair looks like golden light. I don't think I've ever seen her before. Her energy is different too. Like, she doesn't feel like an angel. She doesn't feel like a god or a goddess. At least none that I've seen before. I feel like it's pointless for me to try to figure out who she is because I think she is insistent on keeping her identity secret for now. Okay. How bright, how beautiful. I see you today. Not as you see yourself, of course, but as your true self. The one you hide, the one you keep from others, the one you even shelter from yourself. This is foolish. I hate to say it, but it is. I only hate to say it because you don't want me to. If you wish to be happy, if you wish to be magnificent, if you wish to have the things in your life that you wish to have, if you wish to be free, then you must be honest with yourself, not necessarily with others, but definitely with yourself. It is time to decide. It is time now to decide. There is a shift in the energies, and those who are more sensitive feel it. May not know exactly what it is, but they do feel it. There are some who are sensitive and they are aware of their sensitivity, and they understand that it is okay, everything that is happening now, even though they don't understand it. And there are others who are asleep to their sensitivity. And this shift in the energy frightens them greatly. They wish to control it, as they have in the past. This will not work. And you are seeing this in your society. Is this tied to masculine energy? Slightly. Maybe more obviously. But I am talking today specifically about those that are sensitive to the shifting energies. Not everyone is. And I believe that is something that's difficult for those of you who know it and feel it. I am not talking about them today, for they are living out their existence as they choose. But for those of you who are sensitive, I am speaking to you. And anybody that knows someone who is sensitive, of course. It is not a curse, although it may feel as though at times. This is a very special power, a very special ability or skill. Many are born this way, and some may learn how to do it, and some have. It is innate in all humans. Some humans have no way of turning it off. Those are the ones who are upset by it, especially now. You feel as though there is no hope. The world is crashing down around you like a crumbling castle. And you are looking around, fearful. What is to come next? What is my fate? What is the fate of those I love? And because you are sensitive, you reach out, consciously or subconsciously, for answers. But unfortunately, at this present moment, you are not getting them as you are used to. And there's good reason for that. There aren't any. when the shifting of this level of change nears the peak, which it is, it can go one way or another. And there aren't just two ways, of course, there are multiple ways. And each way will be individual, but also collective. It gets complicated. There are many, many collectives within the whole collective of humanity, of course. And to those who are sensitive to the greater collective, the human collective, it feels to you as though everything is being stripped away. You may have visions of apocalypse. You may have visions of a society who is resorted to ancient times without electricity or technology. But this is your ego processing the information you are receiving. The fear of the possibility creates the reality in your head. And if you are sensitive like this, it is important for you to protect your awareness. And what do I mean by that? I mean, do not watch the news if it makes you upset. Others will pressure you and say, how can you not watch the news? How can you not know what's going on? My dear, you already know what's going on. You do not need the news to tell you. You have the greater information. You understand why the news is the way it is. Therefore, you do not need to watch it. And be mindful of speaking to those people who are obsessed with the news or current events or horrible things that may be happening around. They are simply trying to make sense of what they perceive in reality because they do not have the deeper understanding that we are in shifting sands. Things will fall through the sand, whether we like it or not. Think back in your life. How many times have you lost something important or dear to you due to your changes, your shifting sands in your life? And not long after that, you realize that it wasn't good for you to have that, and that you are in fact better off now without it. Or you learn to live without it and thrive, and you gain a sense of perseverance and strength that you did not know before, even if you are not better without it. Technically, yes, you are. By that explanation anyway. So it is important for you to take care of yourself in every way possible. There is a question I see. What will happen? Not specifically, I see yes, okay. But generally speaking, well, your kind has decided definitively, and when I say your kind, I mean humanity at large, has decided that they are through with suffering. There is evidence through technology that suffering is not necessary. What a beautiful thing. Your technology has given you great perspective. has given you the ability to see your real reality clearly and honestly, even though those who are in power wish for you not to know it. Those in power who wish to be in control, either for their own personal gains or to control the masses for a general gain of a specific group, will not stand. It seems that they have power, but they do not. If you have ever seen the movie I'm being reminded of, A Bug's Life, some of you have seen it in reference. This is exactly what happens. Maybe not as dramatically, maybe not as obviously, but when it comes to manifesting energies and co-creation, the dominant desire will be the outcome. That is true of your individual life and of the collective. And I promise you now, I tell you as I sit here today, the dominant energy of your collective, human collective, is for number 1, truth. Number 2, freedom, true and real freedom. 3, equality. And peace. However, in order at times to gain these things, there must be a time of unrest. If there is war, it is simply born out of fear and misunderstanding of the collective energies working. It is not necessary to be at war. Is it inevitable? No. Probable? Maybe. This is why we cannot tell you specifically what will happen. It is up to all of you. How will you react? The sensitive ones do not need to participate. The reason is that you are assisting in the direction of the collective energies, like a sheep herder almost. Not that other humans are sheep. I do not mean that, of course, but that you are a leader on an energetic level. You are able to understand it and direct it. It already has its own direction, and therefore you are not controlling the entire group. You are simply looking for the stragglers and redirecting them. The ones who feel stubborn to change, and helping them through it. If you so choose, this is not something that you need to do in the physical world. This is something you are already doing in the non-physical world. Some of you are aware of it, some of you are not, as I have said before. In the physical world, many things will begin to happen that are unpleasant. This is due to the shifting sands and the fear. It is recommended to stay separate and together, to help each other remember the truth. This is a shift that is already in motion, and it will not stop unless something majorly intense happens between now and then. And this is not an act that can be created by man. It is only an experience that may be created outside of man. And that is not something that will happen, because those who are in observance of the current human experience are only intervening when necessary. And that is for the preservation of the collective only. It is a very interesting time. Many of us are looking forward to what happens here. You are asking who I am again. You may call me Clarissa. I enjoy that name. It sounds quite beautiful. And it is close to my name in my language. I am not an angel. I am not a god or a goddess, although ancient people may have considered me one if they were to have come into contact with me. I am fairly new to your planetary existence, but I am not new to Earth. I am from a very different place, and I will leave it as such. If you wish to talk to me individually, of course, I welcome any and all questions that I can answer. If I cannot answer a question, I will tell you that I cannot and why. And with that, I hope that you have a wonderful week and keep your mental health in the forefront of your efforts. Interesting. Okay, so Clarissa, she told me her name and I was like, are you sure? Is that really your name? Like, you're really Clarissa? And she's like, no, but I like it. Like, I think it's cute. She felt super logical. Like, I wouldn't say computer-like, but her brain, oh my goodness, I have like a little head rush. Ooh, so weird. She was like a really strong energy. I believe that she has channeled before through people, but definitely very interesting. She was, I think at certain points she was trying to make jokes. Really adorable. I actually don't have too much else to say. I know a lot of times she was thinking about, like, in reference to people in power. She was thinking about nations where the governments are oppressive and powerful. And currently affecting the everyday experience of Americans and other people in the world. Obviously, it's not just Americans that are feeling this, but because I am an American, I was asking her a lot about America, of course, and she was very careful to keep it general, because what's happening is not only affecting America, but I feel as though it's a little bit of like a catalyst, it felt like. Domino effect, in a way, creating this very intense tower moment, that we've only started to see the beginning of. How intense it has to get, or how upsetting, or I can't, when she was talking about war specifically, she said that it isn't necessary. Obviously it's already happening in certain places, but I was asking her more about world war, like the whole world kind of doing that. And she basically was like, I can't really say because the choice hasn't really been made yet. It's floating there, right? It's sort of floating there. It's sort of like, if we absolutely have to, we're going to have to, obviously. But it's up to us. Now, those of us who are sensitive to the energies, from what I see from her, it's very easy for us to get sort of pulled in or sucked into the panic and the fear around what is happening. And it is up to you whether you want to be involved in that or not. And I think what she was trying to help us understand is that just because all of this intensity is happening doesn't mean that we have to engage it in the physical. The reason for that is because we're engaging it in the non-physical. And if you are somebody who is sensitive and you're sensitive to these energies, like, I know that you can feel it too. I know that you're struggling with this, and I think that it's important for us to sort of have that it's not that she's letting us off the hook, because there's nothing to be let off the hook from, but to help us understand that we're tired mentally, emotionally, and physically right now because of this very intense collective shift, fear, and confusion that is happening right now. And it's important for us to at least recognize that, so that we are not pushing ourselves too much to save people, heal people. People are ready to heal. People are ready to be saved when they're ready. You know, it's not our job to create that. There's plenty of people who are doing that. And there are plenty of ways for us to support in the physical without sacrificing our mental health for it, right? And I think that's something that she was trying to convey, that your mental health right now is really, really important, because the fact that we're so sensitive to this energy, the fact that we're so plugged into this energy, like, we're already doing a lot. And we have to give that honor, even though it's something that, like, people can't see and we can't see, right? But you feel it. So it's giving us the opportunity to trust our intuition, trust what we know to be true, trust in yourself, right? And not be so influenced by other people, even though they're well-meaning, right? There's plenty of people who are very well-meaning, but they're very, very much plugged into the physical reality, and they're helping the change in the physical world, right? The person that is sensitive to the shifting energies in the non-physical world, you don't need to be plugged into both. You don't need it. If you want to, that's fine, but you don't need to, right? So if you're somebody who is really feeling this energy, and maybe you have some questions around that, please let me know in the comment section, and I can do a video where I answer some of those questions. And that's it. That's what I have. Clarissa was great. She was wonderful, and very, very grateful for her perspective on this. And I hope that it helped you guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.